There's a lot to process with the news making headlines this week. It can be difficult for adults, but many people are wondering, what do you tell your kids? Joining me now is licensed mental health counselor Alicia Armstrong, clinical manager with the local Pathway Mood and Anxiety Center. Alicia, thank you for joining us. I want to start with, this is a tough week. You want to shield kids from things, but you can just open up the internet and videos pop up that you don't want to see, and it can really prompt a lot of very visceral feelings. How do you deal with these kids with this in young kids?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really important to know that there's a variation on what kids know based on age. So it's often really important to make sure that we're bringing it up to them, hopefully catching that experience for them before they hear it from someone else. So I would say definitely be making sure that you're bringing it up to them. You don't necessarily have to be super specific, and it depends on which age of child you're talking about. But we always want to make sure we're keeping an open line of communication with children and teens so that they know that there's a safe place to go with questions. And you also want to make sure that you let them know that their thoughts are important, that their feelings are important, that they're valid and you want to hear them. Children often feel invalidated or like some of their experiences aren't very important when big things are happening in the community.
So, you can't explain things as adults even. We try to make sense of the world. Some things just make no sense. So parents may feel like, well, I don't have answers. So, how am I going to explain why this bad thing happened? Do you as a parent need to have the answer, or is it more about the conversation?
No, we don't have the answer, and it wouldn't be right to fake it. So kids can definitely tell when we're struggling to figure out how to make up an excuse or make up an answer that just doesn't really make sense. So it's not super important to have exactly what the answer is to explain what this big event means or what's going on. The really important thing to do is to make sure you're validating their feelings, but starting by just asking, how was your day today? Did anything come up that you'd like to talk about? So that they feel that there's an open space for them to start discussing this. It varies for younger children where you want to keep it a little bit more high level rather than saying all the nitty-gritty details that they might not already know about. For older children, they've likely already seen it come up on social media. So they've probably seen the scary images just as a lot of us have. And so you can be more specific about saying, did you see anything on social media? Did anybody talk about anything at school? You can get a little bit more to the finer details there. But I would say the most important thing too is to make sure that you are regulated first, so that you're going into this conversation feeling confident and collected as much as can be possible in these situations.
So even the most well-adjusted person who has handle of their life, they'll have mood swings. They'll feel depressed at times, anxious at times. When it comes to kids, how do you differentiate between kind of the normal ups and downs and maybe taking it the extra step and thinking, maybe there is more here that needs to be explored and maybe we should seek some professional counseling? Yeah,
a lot of times what we talk about with therapy and getting mental health treatment is, how is this impacting your day-to-day functioning? So, a child having an immediate response to an event like this is appropriate. It is something that's big that's happening, and it can be really scary. What becomes a problem is when we start to see it affecting friendships, grades in school, the way that they're engaging in life, the way that they play, even some of the things that they might be drawing or talking about. So if you're starting to see it impact their day-to-day life, that's when it might be time to start seeking some professional help, whether that be a therapist or taking your child to their pediatrician, just to start getting some resources for you and your family.
One last thing to throw in there, it is important to talk to somebody, even if nothing is wrong, even if there's no emergency, it can be helpful to talk.
Yes, absolutely. Having a space to just let it out, whether it be venting or just expressing your fears and concerns, helps us to feel connected and part of a community. And feeling a part of a community removes some of those feelings of isolation and decreases fear, and is a really important way to stay in a better state of mind and to keep your mental health in check.
Alicia Armstrong with Pathlight, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much.